Let's be honest, this light, not so good. Sun's coming in, flushing me out, shadows are being cast. This is terrible. All right, now the shade's up, and this is kind of terrible too. What about these lights up here? I don't know about these either. Let's try one more thing. Ah, beautiful, beautiful lighting coming in directly on me. Today, we're going to see if I can replace my several $100 key lights with this Taotronics ring light and get the same effect. So tune in. Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. I'm James Montemagno, and today we're going to be taking a look at this Taotronic ring light, LED stand ring light. That's right. It's a Taotronic ring light. It retails for about $50. It was provided for me to me for free from Taotronics themselves. So it's a sponsored video. They did send it to me completely for free. If you're interested in it, I'm going to put links into the show notes below, and also the lights that I have up here, which are my key lights from Elgato. Now, I really do love my key lights from Elgato. I have two of them. I invested in them heavily because of the integration that they have. However, they are very expensive. They're $200 each compared to $50 of the Taotronics. What I do like of the Elgato Key Lights, especially during my calls on Teams or on Zoom or on Google Meet, is that I can adjust the color here too. So here I can really amp it up. I can make it more warm. I can turn down the intensity here, and you can really fine tune exactly how you want this to be. So I turn this way up, but way down, you get different lighting effects based on the color profile, the light that's hitting outside. I usually have them all the way up all the time, even when I'm not broadcasting at all. I usually like to have them in this, sort of color tone. So there's a wide range, wide variety there. So let's head over and let's actually open up this Taotronics ring light and see how it does. I'm really excited about it because for $50, you could really turn your, Zoom calls, your Teams calls, or just your meetings with your family or video recordings up to 11. So let's take a look. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. It comes in a nice cardboard box, and the very first thing we see is a tripod stand. We'll open that up in a second, and a bunch of inserts, of course, and directions and Amazon coupon codes. Now, this comes in a plastic that is formed directly to the ring light. It is a 12-inch ring light, which is quite nice. And then there are a few other accessories in the box. This one is looks like a cell phone holder. We'll get to that later. And some other accessories. This little dongle here, we'll play around with it later, but it looks like there's some buttons for the iPhone and Android phones. And then another cell phone holder directly for putting your phone in. One here goes directly into the ring light itself. There's a bunch of directions. As you can see, I'm kind of flipping through them here. Nothing crazy. There's the ring light. Let's open up the tripod stand. It comes in a nice little holder. So if you're on the go, you can take it with you. You don't have to worry about it. It's, of course, in a plastic wrap, so we can open that up. And there is the tripod mount. Now, this is a classic tripod mount, so you can actually use any tripod mount. But here I'm just going to swivel on the ring light. Let's see how this looks. So swivel, swivel, swivel. Almost. Let's try it again. That's a little bit tricky. It is quite adjustable, but we're going to just do it from the bottom. That makes way more sense there. And there we have it. That's quite nice. Now, I mentioned that this cell phone holder can go right into the middle here, so we can test that out separately. But if you're doing more of a selfie video, you can do that. And there's all sorts of articulation here, which is quite nice, and it can go way up. So let's put it up there. And there you have it. Like, it takes about 5 seconds to put together, and your ring light is complete. And there you go. Up and down, and that's what it would look like with the cell phone holder. All right, so this is the Taotronic ring light. It's actually quite big. You can put my whole face inside of there, which is kind of crazy. Now, it is just USB powered here, and it has a few little indicators for powering up, powering down, and I think changing some of the color tone on there. We're going to give that a try. Additionally, like I said, it comes with this tiny little adapter. I don't really know what this is for, but it says Camera 360 iOS. So I'm assuming you can pair this with your phone of some sort. There's an Android button, an iOS button, kind of weird, but sure, why not? I do like this. It comes with two different cell phone holders. I think this is really more of, hey, I'm going to record a YouTube video. Let's go ahead and put this in. But you can actually simply just rotate this, put this into this little hole that's inside of here, and then hold it in. Additionally, it comes with a different holder. So if you go ahead and extend this, lots of extension going on, you can lift this up. And then here with this other one, this is kind of similar to like what I have on my bike. You can actually go ahead and put it down here. So if you have different heights, you want to get a top down effect here. That's kind of nice. If you put it really high up, this rotates here too. You can really kind of get it exactly how you want. I will say it goes really tall. So if I was to drop down all of the feet, let's hit my fan up top. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and open them all up here. And let's see. Oh, this is crazy. I mean, it's going to be really tall. So there's 3 levels on the tripod. And it's a nice tripod too, that you can put down. It is made out of plastic. It feels like, at least, maybe some metal in there. It's a little loud, but look at this. It is as tall as me. So if I wanted to record a video straight on, I could go ahead and do that. That's crazy. That's really nice. In fact, I might do some of that later in this video. We'll try this out and see what that looks like directly on the tripod, just mounted directly on there. That's really cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and pop this up and let's go ahead and give it a first look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it sort of how I would have it right behind my camera here. We'll take a look at that. All right, so let's take a look at the ring light in action. I have it directly above my GoPro that I have here, and I have it angled down. I would say the hardest part of me setting this up was actually figuring out how to get enough desk space behind to put this up. So if I was using this in a realistic, real world, I'm not really sure if that tripod is the right way to go. I might try to find a way to take the arm off, maybe attach the arm onto one of my monitor arms there. The nice thing about the Elgato Key Lights is that they just mount to your desk and they can go up. This specific model of Taotronics has this tripod stand, which I think is really nice, especially for on the go. But let's go ahead and turn it on. So right now all my lights are off. We're going to turn it on. There we go. So we see some distance there. Now it is angled down at me. So I'm going to go ahead and brighten it up here. And let's go ahead and shift the color tone. So this would probably be my pick because this is the warm color tone that's going on there. If we're to toggle down again, this would be more of that bright light that's going on. So you get 3 different color tones. Probably this is, your cool, your warm, and your warmest going on here overall. So this would probably be my pick. That's as bright as it goes, and this is as dark as it goes. So now no real difference there. So you're going to really want it there. I think with the iPhone that you saw earlier, that's going to pick it up. Of course, the GoPro has different tones in general, but here's it off and here's it on. So I think it does make a big difference for, $50 picking it up, looking at this ring light. I think between this and this, I'm looking at the output, it is sort of a night and day difference in my personal opinion. This is completely dark. You don't get to see anything here. So you get to see my face a little bit more lit up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on my key lights here, and let's compare and contrast the difference. So key lights on. Again, I'm coming from 2 angles here. So I have a left and a right going on, and this is at its brightest and warmest. Let me go ahead and turn it down, maybe to 15, 20%. Again, this is the warmest level, again, at about 2900K warmness. I can go ahead and turn this brightness up a little bit, and again down. So there we go. I'm going to bump it up again, maybe like right in the middle if I was to do 50% there. Let's go ahead and compare and contrast this again to the Taotronics. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and bump this down a little bit. This is about 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels of brightness or so. So if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's where we're at there. Off, on. Again, it's just minimal, but again, I would probably turn up the brightest or near to the brightest here in this situation. And then here's with all of them. So then I have every single light on. So this is actually without the Taotronics, with the Taotronics as well. But then here's without the key lights, with the key lights, without the key lights, with the Taotronics. So you do get to see more contrast, more tone in my face, which I really appreciate. Again, you sort of need a setup area for this. And if this is going to be for you, I really think that it's a little bit more meant for that, selfie cam, attaching your phone, getting it in there. Let me turn the Taotronics back on here. There we go. For the rest of the video. And again, that's the brightest it's going to go. I think that it could be brighter, my personal opinion. I think if you want this warm light, it's good. In general, I like the warm light the most. So I do think that obviously it's really nice if you're going to mount the camera on it, put it in between, because then the ring light is going to be around it in general. And a lot of people have it sort of off to the side where they're looking at the camera and it's right in front of them, where I don't. My camera is a little bit up here and the ring light's up here. I could adjust this a little bit more, but then only half of the ring light will be shown. So, but I do have this angle down at me a little bit here, which I think is nice. Now, the other thing I will say that I tried out is this little dongle, which connects via Bluetooth to your iOS device or Android device. However, both of them just adjusted the audio up. It didn't actually bring up the camera. So I don't know if it's just older iOS and Android devices will work okay. Maybe newer ones don't, but that's what that little gadget right there does. So again, let's go ahead and compare, even just having this up before and after there. So you can see the color contrast that's going on there. And of course, everybody's a little bit different, whether you like the lighter tones and the darker tones. All right, here we go. So I have the Taotronics tripod all set up directly right in front of me. This is in front of my computer here, and all of my lights are off. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on really quick here. There we go. And it is directly in the middle of this ring light here, which is kind of crazy, and it's quite bright. You can go ahead and go through the difference. Here's a more warm tone going on here. Here's a very, very bright tone inside of here, more of a warm. You can go through these 3 different colors, so whatever you sort of like. Now on top of that, you can adjust that brightness too. So if I wanted more of a warm, but I really wanted it to be really high up, I could go ahead and adjust that here. I can go ahead and put that back down, and let's go ahead and compare that here to off to on. So we actually get a little more contrast going on in my face here on my iOS device. So I can go ahead and go there. I probably would use a warm. I like a warm color because I'm a little bit more, pale in the face, I would say. I don't do a lot of tanning, but it's there. So that is what that looks like. Of course, beautiful audio coming directly off my iPhone. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this is low as it goes. Let's see how bright it goes on the warm setting. So it goes up pretty far. There would be the white. This is the in-between. Let's go down here. So you get that sort of, it warms up a little bit. You're not getting crazy shadows going on there, but this is as high as it goes up. So I am 5'9", so that's as high as it was to go. If I was to sit down, maybe that would maybe have a different sort of effect. Let's see. There we go. Oh, perfect. So there's me sitting down on my phone here and then going through it. Not bad. I think it's really nice that you could go ahead and automatically use this to set up shop without a PC, throw your phone in there, and you're good to go. All right, this is exciting because I'm inside my wife's office. She does have an awesome microphone here, and she has a Logitech C920, which is a very popular camera for streamers and people that are making videos in general. And this is her normal setup. I think it looks way cooler than my setup. She's got way more plants, and that's really hip. We both have a cool monkey over there too. But she has this backlight going on here on the outside. She usually keeps her lights on in her room. I think this is a nice normal setup here. And again, we have the C920 going on over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Taotronics ring light here and see how it looks. And immediately it's like about 1 billion times better. That light is coming right through the Logitech C920 there, which is really cool. Now this is at the brightest setting. So we're going to go ahead and bump it down here. And yeah, I still think in general, the brightest setting is about where I'd want to go. Let's cycle through here. This is now at the warmest setting, where kind of like different in my office, where I really like the warm setting. I think that the mid setting here is probably optimal. Could be just because there's more light going on in the back here compared to this one, where I might want to turn it down a little bit, or let's see, turn it off, turn it on. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, this comparison of just seeing what it looks like for her is awesome. And I can turn up this. So let's see what it looks like here with the blinds going up a little bit more. So the blinds go up, we turn it off. Again, there's no light behind me. The only source of light is from the bulbs up over here. If I turn this back on, boom, you got this here. Again, I think that the white light, again, for me is not perfect, but I think this mid right here is really cool. And this is at the brightest setting, and it's just plugged in USB to her computer, and it's good to go. I will say again, since it's on a tripod, it's a little funky, I would say, with her setup. The nice thing with this ring light is that it has a, can be attached to anything, to be honest with you. So you could attach it to anything that you want, as long as it has a standard sort of, whatever that little attachment is, whatever it's called. We're going to call it the universal camera attachment tripod mount. So you could put that up. Maybe you could find something that would go right behind your computer. But this does seem to work pretty good in her office in general. You can just run the cable across, and I like it overall. But I think that was a nice comparison, just showing the before and after something inside of her office. Again, you can turn it all the way down, turn it all the way up again. And this is on the C920 right here inside of her office. Okay, now what we want to do is do something even beyond this, which is what happens at night. Because while here I have my window shade up, I have the lights off in the room, what happens when it's completely dark, no other light is coming in from outside, when it's not 2 o'clock, when it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and the sun is set? So let's take a look at that. All right, so we are back in the dark. It is now about 5 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest, which means it is dark outside, and I'm sitting in the dark. And this is how I would normally code, because I don't like to turn these lights on because I have, bright lights, and it's not really what I want. So let's go ahead and turn on my Elgato Key Lights here, and let's see how those turn up. Now, you may have just noticed that I definitely just showered because I just got done with a spin class. So I do look a little bit different from earlier in the videos. But as you can see, this is a pretty dramatic difference in just how much light this thing brings into the room. Now, again, I do have 2 key lights here, one on both sides, the left and the right, so that way I kind of get nice shadows going down here. And I have this thing set at high all the way up. I could adjust this to be, let's see, a lot brighter, or I could even turn it down a little bit. Here at night, I might decide to turn it down a little bit. It looks kind of like I'm just natural lighting overall. If I really wanted to turn it up even warmer, now we're talking warmer. And at night, I might actually turn it down a little bit like this, because all the way up is quite high. Like, that's quite high. But if you have some natural sunlight coming in, it's almost nicer to have it all the way bright up, is how I've at least found it nice. All right, well, let's try out the ring light from Taotronics. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off here. Now we're back into the dark, and let's go ahead and give it a go. All right, so right now I'm pretty impressed, actually. As you can see a lot back here. You can see it's more direct, right? Because it's through the GoPro, like directly through me here. But I'm really impressed with how bright it is just via USB power. Now this is the, that was the middle one. So, okay, so here's bright white, here's the middle warm, and then here's the warmest. Now I do think here at night, I wouldn't go with this. I'd have to turn it down a little bit. I do think probably the medium one here might be the best, but let's go ahead and toggle it back and forth. We'll toggle on the key light, key lights, and let's go back to the ring light, ring light. So overall though, obviously this is way, way better. Let's do one more test here, which is without any lights on. So let me go ahead or with the lights on. So this are now with the lights on in general. So now we have my lights on right above me. And if I was to turn this off, you can see that, even this right here is pretty bad, right? Because all of the light is behind me, casting shadows down. Where now if I turn this on, even with these lights on, it's quite good, right? It's not bad at all. I could turn it even on to if I want more here. I think this between the 2 colors is going to be quite nice there too. But again, before and after, it's a night and day difference. I'm really impressed with this ring. I really like it because of how many angles it rotates in general, right? So I think it's really nice. It's a nice big center, but I do think probably this is really best served if you are on the go, or you want to set up sort of a little nook for a little vlogging station. You want to put your phone in there. But let's do one last test here. We'll put on the key lights here from Elgato. There we go. And again, then we'll turn it off and back to room lights, and then back onto the Taotronics one. I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. It's a nice 12-inch ring around. I don't see a lot, got a little bit of blurring there just from the camera itself and the GoPro. But yeah, overall between this and this, quite nice. And again, if you do want it a little bit brighter, you want it in between, that's probably what I would go for in general. And yeah, it's a good light, $50. I'm impressed with it. I'm pretty sure that it will go directly into my wife's office because I already have my key lights. And in fact, when I tested it out, she wouldn't let me take it back. So there you have it. the Taotronics. It's available on Amazon. It's around 50 bucks or so. I have a coupon code down in the show notes below, so you can save a few extra dollars. So give it a look. I definitely do recommend it. Again, this was provided for free from Taotronics. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. Bye.